We're going to give just a second to see if we get some people back up in here. I'm not sure what's been going on with Periscope this morning, but my count was not there. It wasn't lining up. It was so very weird. Okay, so it looks like we have some more people popping in, but we'll see. It still looks like it's being goofy, and I'm not sure why. Okay, so there we go. All right, we got people's coming back in. Well, thank you for that. So for those of you, well, you're just lovely. So for those of you who are coming in and joining us, I'm hoping that I'm not sure what's going on with Periscope this morning. It's doing this really kind of weird thing where it shows one count one place and one count another place, and I don't feel like I have my typical peeps in here. So yeah. So good morning, Tanya. Okay. All right. So it looks like we're kind of getting back into. So I'm going to do a quick reset. Okay. So give me one moment here because we're going to do a quick reset on this whole thing. Because I don't know, it was weird. Tanya, did you receive the notification of being on 10 minutes ago? Did you receive that notification, or were you in that room and I just somehow was not able to see you? It's I don't know. I feel like it's being weird this morning. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, and that's what I was trying to figure out. Is there seems to be something happening with Periscope this morning, because I was getting a lot of trolls and not a lot of my regulars. Like, I had one person that I know follows me who was in the room, and that was it. So yeah, and even now it's literally telling me that I have one viewer, and then it tells me 6 viewers, but it doesn't let me see anybody to know who's here. So for those of you who are here, let me know you're here by putting a good morning in the box. And then that way I at least know who's here, because right now I have no idea. No clue. So it just lets me know whether or not I should even continue with the information, or if I should pop out, close out Periscope, and try to restart again, because I'm not sure what's happening. Actually, a good way for me to know would be to see if I can at least see the replay option of the one that I just tried to do literally 5 minutes ago, just to see if it's there. If it's there, then we'll just go ahead and go. I just want to make sure that those who weren't able to find, it's so weird. It's so weird. Okay, well, okay, we're going to go ahead with it. We're going to go ahead with it. So, but as I said, I'm going to do a quick reset, because this has just been crazy this morning. I'm not quite sure what's been going on. So, okay, so quick reset, just in case we have anybody else who does pop in. I'm not quite sure what's going on with Periscope this morning, but it's being a little silly. But it does show that I am on. See that? Okay, it does show that I'm on. I'm so sorry. Even though we're not getting our typical people in here, so I'm not quite sure what's happening, if people aren't getting the notifications or what's going on. So we're just going to roll with it and go from there. So for those of you who might be in here, because my count is showing all goofy, so I have no idea who's here. So for those of you who are in here, if you know of somebody else who's in direct sales and you want to go ahead and share this broadcast out with them, please go ahead and do so. At this time, you can either swipe up or swipe over, depending on your device. You can also click on the little Perryman down there in the corner. Also, for those of you joining us on YouTube, thank you so much for popping in. And if you'd ever like to be a part of our live interaction on Periscope, come on over to the Periscope app, follow me at Buffy Hood. Okay. Tanya, thank you so much for that. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And Tanya, listen, it might just be you and I this morning, girl. It might just be you and I. I'm not sure what's happening. And it just cracks me up when Periscope decides to act up, right? Decides to act a fool. So anyway, so today what we are talking about, and Tanya, if you wouldn't mind, as we're going through, just occasionally throw a couple of hearts up there for me or something, just so that I know it hasn't booted you off as well. Okay. Because I'm not sure what's going on. So thank you for that. All right. So we're going to talk real quick a little bit about fears. And it's kind of funny now that I'm thinking about it. It's truly kind of funny to me because it just makes me wonder. Now, listen, yesterday we had a little bit of a conversation about kind of where fears come from. All right. And fears do not come from God. They come from the enemy. So as we're trying to talk today about how to deal with those fears, guess what's happening? People are not being able to come into the scope for whatever reason. So I feel like there are lots of people out there who are dealing with fears and need to know how to deal with them. And he's not allowing them to come in to hear it. So I truly hope that people come back for the replay, because evidently you would be blessed by this today. So here's hoping that y'all catch the replay. Okay. So this is actually something that Julie Miller had shared years ago. She's an executive director through Premier Designs. And she had shared this years ago. Now, first off, Tanya, tell me, you are familiar with the book Dare to Dream, Work to Win, correct? Have you read it? Just out of curiosity. And for anyone else who might pop in, okay, it's a book that I highly, highly, highly recommend. Okay. And I'll have to take a look. I might even have an extra one in our library. I'll have to take a look. But I highly recommend that book. If you don't have it, even if we would have one for you to borrow, I would almost prefer for you to get your own so that you can highlight, make notes, etc. But it's Dare to Dream, Work to Win by Dr. Tom Barrett. Okay. It is a phenomenal book. I highly recommend it. But here's a couple of things that you need to know when it comes to your fears. Is, first off, know that you will need to step out of your comfort zone for this business in general. Okay. So especially in direct sales, where it is really up to us to kind of go out and find people to do business with, or, to have referrals sent to us, etc. But it's going to mean us having to step out of our comfort zone in order to get it. And Tanya, I know you have probably heard me say this before, which is that if the desires and your dreams could be found in the confines of your comfort zone, you would already have them. You'd already be there. So if we don't already have those, then that means we need to go out of our comfort zone to go get them, to go find them. Okay. So here's where you got to ask yourself, what is it that you are not doing that you should be doing? So Tanya, since you seem to be the only one in here with me, if you wouldn't mind, in the comfort zone. But seriously, I need my coffee, girl. It's sitting beside me, but I haven't drank it. Okay. What is one thing that you know you should be doing, but you have not yet done it because of fears, because of, just the fact that it's outside of your comfort zone? What is one thing that you know you should be doing, but you haven't yet done? And I'll give you a second to type that up. And in the meantime, I'm hoping, ooh, look, I just thought of something. Since nobody seems to be getting, bear with me one moment, Tanya, because while you're doing that, I just realized something that I could have done. which is I can invite my followers and see if that helps. Kind of like how you had done. See if it'll let me. Oh, it won't let me do it. Tanya, you didn't put anything in the box yet? I didn't see anything come up yet. She said, okay, speak up to people you meet. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Look, it won't even. This is all it shows me. It doesn't even let me share the broadcast. That was weird. You got to see the video through the video through the video. All right. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Periscope this morning, but hopefully people can catch the replay because this is nuts. All right. 2 factors of success. All right. So you ready for this? If you're ready for it, put a 1 in the box. 2 factors of success. So the first one is have a dream. Okay. Know what you want. Know what it is that you're after. Know what you're going toward. Okay. So your goal, your dream. Okay. Have that. And then number 2, put a 2 in the box. Number 2. There you go. Okay. So number 2 is stay focused. Stay focused. Okay. Don't lose your focus on that goal. It can be very easy for us to decide and determine that, you know what, it's just been really hard to go for that goal. So I'm just gonna lessen it a little bit. I'm gonna make it a little bit more realistic, and or maybe I shouldn't even be going for that. Maybe let me look at something else instead that might be more easily attainable or something like that. Okay, but don't do that. Like, have your dream, have your goal, and then do what you can to work toward it. Okay, and stay focused on that. The next thing is, how big do our dreams need to be? And here's how big they need to be. They need to be big enough that it still pushes you through your fears, okay? And big enough that they keep you up at night and get you up in the morning, okay? If you do not hit the ground running in the morning to go after your goals, then your goals are not big enough, all right? You want to make sure that every morning you're fired up and ready to go, come on, let's go do this, all right? When you reach your dream, which will happen, okay? When you reach your dream, set a new one, okay? Don't just, yay, I made it, and then stop dreaming, stop setting goals, anything else, okay? As soon as you reach one goal, one dream, make another one. And then that way you have something else to work toward, okay? All right. So Tanya, so tell me, what is your dream? Okay, you've said that you have it. You said that you have God-sized goals. Tell me, or God-sized dreams. Tell me what your dream is in the comment box. I'm going to give you a second to be able to do that. And in the meantime, while you're trying to type that up, I'm going to see if it's just my scope being weird. Let's see. Do you got it? Do you got it? Yeah, it's still not letting me. All right, you getting that dream in there, girl? I'm a-waiting. I know, I feel bad for you YouTube people today. Okay, so Tanya says to pay off all her debt is her overall dream. Awesome. So of course we're gonna, chop at that at little bits at a time, little bits at a time until it is all done, right? Okay. So here's the thing. So focus is a decision to simply stay on task. Okay. It's a decision to simply stay on task. Tanya says also to bless others with this wonderful company. Amen, girl. Amen. All right. So here's the thing. Most times our fears overpower our dreams. Comfort is the enemy of achievement. Ooh. Okay. So again, that goes back to if the desires and the dreams that you have could be found in the confines of your comfort zone, you would already have them. Okay. Comfort is the enemy of achievement. It makes you decide that, you know what, I'm just going to stay right here, which means you're not going to go anywhere further than where you already are. Okay. So here's some tips to get past your fears. Okay. The first one, number one, is welcome it. It is okay. It is okay to have those fears, whether they are rational or irrational. Okay. It's okay that you have them. It's all right. Okay. Number two is realize you are not alone. You are not the first person to ever have that fear, especially in this line of work. Okay. You're not the first person to ever have those fears. And you are not the only person who is currently going through those fears. Number three is learn to pursue excellence, not perfection. Ooh, Tanya, not perfection. Now, y'all, I only say that to Tanya because her and I know she is a self-proclaimed perfectionist. Okay. So learn to pursue excellence, not perfection. Okay. All right. Number four, give yourself permission to learn and make mistakes. It'll be okay. All right. If you make a couple mistakes here and there, it will be okay. All right. You just learn from them. If you're making the mistakes and you're not learning from them, that's a whole different story. Okay. But if you are learning from the mistakes that you are making, then it's okay. It's okay. All right. Number five, don't focus on the negative. Focus on the positive. Okay. Again, it can be so easy to look at things and be like, it's everybody that I talk to, they all say no and this and that, or when I do this, it doesn't work. Okay. Well, let's focus on what is working and let's focus on what you can do differently to hopefully be able to get some different results. Okay. All right. Number six, simplify our tasks. Okay. We've heard this before. Keep it simple, sister. Okay. That's what we need to be able to do. We need to make sure that the tasks that we are doing are very simple, because the easier that those tasks are in terms of complication, I'm not saying easy in terms of that they don't push you out of your comfort zone. Okay. But in terms of execution of those tasks, that it's really a rather simple task. Okay. Yes. Positive thoughts bring positive results. You got it. Okay. But simplify our tasks to make sure that they are things that, the actual task itself is simple, that we stop overcomplicating things. All right. And number seven, remember what is truly frightening, which is having dreams and never seeing them come true. Ooh, okay. So when you're looking at things, when you're looking at things that are going to push you out of your comfort zone, you tend to be fearful of talking about, yes, don't overthink it. You got it. Okay. And you tend to be where you're going, I don't want to do that because I'm kind of afraid of what's going to happen, or, I don't like rejection, or I don't know, because the last time that I tried it, it didn't really work so well, or whatever those fears are that are keeping you from doing the things that you need to do. Remember that what is truly scary is being in the exact same place you are now this time next year. or this time 2 years from now, or this time 3 years from now, and still being in the same spot. Okay. So for us to be able to get things we've never had, we must be willing to do things we've never done. All right. Stands to reason, right? So keep in mind when those fears are setting in that, you know what, this might be a scary task. This might be a scary thing for me to go do. But what's really scary is knowing that I have a dream and knowing that if I don't do this, that dream may never come true. Okay. So that is really what I have for you today. But I did want to, for those that are going to wind up catching this replay, I did want to share too that since this time yesterday, okay, so yesterday I started my sample auction online on my private Facebook group, okay, and in the first 24 hours of that sample sale, we have a total of $575 worth of bids that are out there already, okay. Now, here's the really awesome thing is that because we're not doing kit replacements this time, because our goal is to unload some of the jewelry that we have, not just replace it with new. Okay, that is strictly profit. That is strictly profit. Okay, so I'm telling you, if you all have not yet been doing these sample sales, I highly recommend them. If you're not doing the online, let me take that back. The online sample auction. Okay. Now I did do a scope last week, sharing a little bit about how I do those online sample auctions. The one thing that I did do different this time is I did decide this particular time to have a start time of, it started Monday morning at 7 a.m. and it will run through Saturday morning at 7 a.m. Okay. And then at that point, whoever the highest bidders are, that's who gets it. Now, one of the things that we've always done is we've always done it where once an item has been bid on, there's 24 hours that we give for a counter bid to come through. If a counter bid doesn't come through in 24 hours, then whoever that last highest bidder was, they get it. Okay. So, but for me, I look at the sample auction and I go, you know what, like that was, so we're currently at $575 worth of bids in 24 hours. Okay. And we still have 4 days that some of those amounts can continue to go up. There's still some other items on there that people have not yet bid on. You know, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. But that was the one thing that we did do different, was that this time, instead of just saying that it runs for 5 days from when it's first bid on, instead of doing that, because then we had items ending at different date, and it was kind of like the auction almost like never really ended. So this time we did it of starts at Monday morning at 7 a.m. and ends Saturday morning at 7 a.m. And then I just think that's, again, simplifying our tasks. Okay. So I think that's going to help it run much smoother. Isn't that something? That's crazy. I don't know. I'm telling you, somebody would have been really blessed by this today, but that's okay. We're going to put the video up on YouTube, so it'll still be there. But yes, but Tanya, you did hear what we're currently at as far as current bids on our sample auction as of now. Yes, you did hear that? Because I thought you were still in here but I don't know. Yes, it's, yeah. It is at 5. Well, it looks like it might be higher than that. Looks like some more came through. So yeah, we're somewhere around $575 right now. So I highly recommend doing that. If you've never tried it, you know, I'd be happy to, especially if it's at some point this week, I would be happy to add you to the auction group if you want to just kind of sit back and watch what's happening and see how it's done. Then just send me a message and let me know that you would like to be added to that, and we'll figure out how to do that. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and let you go. I don't know what Periscope's doing today, but it is being funky. So I'm going to let you go ahead and go. Tomorrow is our Wisdom Wednesday. We will be back at 8 a.m. Eastern Time tomorrow morning here on Periscope, God willing. Okay. And I just look forward to seeing you guys then. So thank you so very much for coming and checking us out. I so appreciate it. You have a great day too, honey. Love you. Bye-bye.